Alright, so I'm gonna start like a little mini series where I basically just go back in time and I just further explain my biggest fuck ups in my I guess gym career, gym journey. So for those of you who don't know, I've been lifting for a little bit over 2 years. I started lifting like May of sophomore year, and my biggest mistake, my biggest fuck up, that's something I genuinely regret. Because if I actually did this shit, I would be so much, my physique would be so much better as a whole. And that one thing is just tracking my macros. So tracking protein, tracking carbs, fats, hydration, etc., etc. Like, don't get me wrong, you don't have to do this if your goal is to build muscle. You don't really have to do this, but keep in mind, me saying that, keep in mind in your head that when you actually track your shit, you know what you're putting into your body. You have a you have a better idea of what you're consuming in your diet. You know what I mean? And keep in the back of your head too, keep in mind that there's also a big reason why a lot of bodybuilders and a lot of people who just, are very passionate about lifting and becoming the best they can be physique wise. There's a reason why the majority, I'm not saying all of them do it, but I'm saying there's a reason why the majority of them do it. Because, if everyone else is doing it, it's not like they just do it for shits and giggles. It's because they do it because it actually works. You know what I mean? If I was a trainer and if I was training somebody, my number one tip, my number one thing I would say is, listen, you need to start tracking everything. Like, you can go off a little bit at first, start by tracking your protein, and then you can go into more stuff, further advanced stuff like carbs, hydration, fats, um, even like the little like other stuff like potassium, sodium, zinc, etc., etc. But yeah, that's my biggest mistake. That's something like if I could go back in time, because my starting point was also pretty shit too. I was like very skinny fat, and if you don't know what that is, it's just being skinny but like having a high body fat. In my opinion, that's probably the hardest starting position you could probably have and try to transform into something else. In my opinion, maybe I'm just speaking from experience, but eh, maybe I'm a little biased, but I can't think of a harder. Because if you're fat, you really just need to build muscle and lose weight. If you're skinny, you really just need to build muscle. You know what I mean? But I'll catch y'all.